many of you who suffer from depression, I don't know, it's I have it hard to call it like still by the same name that the medical science is calling it, because for me depression doesn't really exist. I know what I'm talking about. I've been suffering from this something that doesn't exist for most of my life. I had to go through a near-death experience and to come out of it, to finally accept what it was trying to tell me. It is a gift. It is your spiritual awakening gift. Many people, if not all people, suffering from depression, even if they are unaware, because I had clients from different walks of life, from medics to builders and lawnmower repairers. I had one person who's been in a psychiatric institution for a month and a half. The family wanted to put him there because here in France, it's very common. The doctor is God, the psychiatrist and the psychologist, they know better, and then the doctor knows better than anyone. A therapy, hypnosis here is seen as witchcraft. In the Dordogne region where we live. I don't know how it's seen in Paris. I know they have started to introduce it in hospitals, but still it's very rudimentary. And the people doing it, they're very poorly trained. So I'm not surprised. But so people going through to life transforming experiences such as depression, and having no spiritual background and no personal development tools at their disposal, or anyone interested in this area, their only avenue for dealing with this transient and scary episode is via the doctors and the mainstream treatment. I had a client who came to see me after repeated visit in a psychiatric hospital. The last time before she came to see me, she was for about a month kept under a drip, to keep her asleep. Shock therapy, and the mildest was a cold shower, in a very powerful jet of water. And she was finally discharged with 14 antidepressants per day, 4 Valiums at night to help her sleep, and she couldn't. At 3 o'clock she was still awake, and when she called me, she said, I want to stop all this because they destroying my health, and I want to learn to walk on my own feet. And walk on her feet she did. In 6 weeks she was up and running. In 8 she was preparing a renovation and doing and plans, etc. And no medication at all, and she slept like a baby. So one quick boost of confidence and hope for those of you battling depression out there. One, depression is not an illness, and it's not, even if it feels like, even if you feel like a dog. I was so ill, so deflated that I couldn't even walk. If I could have a shower in a week, for me that was the greatest achievement of that week. So I know what it's like for me. I know what I have touched the rock bottom, so I know what I'm talking about. I know what you're going through, and still I'm here. And I can promise you, once you take that message, once you are open to see that you are not crazy, that things that you felt and you knew since you were little, but maybe things that didn't make sense at all, if you're actually looking at them from a different perspective, and that different perspective being the fact that life is not what the mainstream wants you to believe. Life is not what religion made you believe. And life is not what science wants you to believe. Life is something that you know deep inside. And the others, if you tell the others, will think you're crazy. Just for once, start believing in yourself. Start listening and taking those messages. As crazy, it is better to be crazy and happy than to be normal and miserable. Because this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to be normal. You're trying to act like the others. You're trying to fit in a society that is sick. This society needs to change. You learn something, you pass your exam so well, and then you just keep with it the rest of your life. How so? How just look at the therapists and psychiatrists, and they learn one thing and they apply it to everyone. As from 1 month to another, from 1 year to another, the gadgets have gone crazy. Just look at an iPhone. The changes, the inventions that are out there. Yet in a human science, we are still centuries back. That's because you need to be normal, because things have to stay the same way. That's the madness. Not you thinking that you can't fit in this society because you have higher requirements or different requirements. It doesn't have to be higher or lower. Here are a few tips, to really help you in an instant. First of all, well, if you take medication, I have no legal right to tell you not to take it. It's up to you. You have to do your own research, and I really recommend you do your own research on that. I'm going to add on my website and on Facebook some very important links with books that I highly recommend you read, written by PhDs and people at the top in their field after years of studies regarding antidepressants and their secondary effects, the side effects, and the fact that they work no better than placebo, than a sugar pill, yet causing all the damage. So let's look at the few steps you can implement in your home without any other program or training. Of course, I recommend you subscribe to my program. It's a program for depression, it's a program for everything, in fact, because you need to wake up, you need to learn who you are and how you function, how your energy, how your different bodies are working, why you feel the way you feel, how you think the way you think, how your thoughts and emotions are interacting, and how you create with them, and not from the law of attraction point of view. But here are a few tips that you can put in place. Generally, people suffering from depression suffer from sleep disorders. And you'll sleep until late morning, I imagine, and you'll have trouble sleeping until and you'll go to sleep too late at night. Well, have every evening, if you have a bathtub, have every evening a very hot bath with Epsom salt, because it's very rich in magnesium, and your skin, it's the biggest organ. And magnesium, it's very important in your recovery and in your reinforcement. So a hot bath with magnesium, like from Epsom salts, sea salt. I normally make, I have my own salts and I have my own aromatherapy products, but just not to think that I'm here to sell anything, because I'm not. You can just go in a pharmacy and get your Epsom salts. You get normal salt. You add a spoon of bicarbonate, the sod. I don't know how that is called in English now. I can't remember. Sodium bicarbonate. And few drops of essential oils. Put I love frankincense because it's one that goes for everything. It's really potent. You can add lavender, you can add myrrh, geranium rosette, rose geranium. I also recommend it very, very highly. And soak in that soup. Soak in that soup until you really sweat it out. Stay as long as you can. 15 or 20 minutes, it will be ideal. And finish your bath with a cold shower, and then rub yourself strongly with an old harsh towel. Then go to bed. No later than 10 o'clock. No TV, no computer, no anything in your room that is electronic. No electronic device. You, the person suffering from depression, you are a very high empath. You are a very high telepath. So you have to protect yourself from everything that can transmit information in your vicinity. You will receive it, but it will be better if you put yourself, if you put some distance in between you and those gadgets carrying that information. Clean your room. You have to have a bedroom that it's spot clean. You have to, if for anything else, just give it a new a new color. Give a fresh painting and change few things around. I recommend you change your bed. Have a look, see where your head is positioned. And I recommend you sleep with your head. You turn your bed. If you can't turn the bed, you have to turn yourself in some way. Just the maximum you can to sleep with your head towards east. Many people sleep with, and I used to with your head towards north. North. What? Just look at what north does. What compass does. The magnetic pole. It's attracting whatever is metallic. Your blood has metal in it, and sleeping with the head towards north, it will cause to your blood circulation to go more towards your head than towards your feet. Therefore, you will have a more active your more active part will be the head. Hence, your trouble sleeping. That's not the only one, but that contributes. So, to give you as many chances of having a good restful night's sleep, turn and change your position and sleep with your head towards east. Number 3, drink as much water as you can. And then here it is, not just water. There is one magic in all my treatments. I've treated diabetes too. I've treated depression. I've treated many other conditions, using in all my programs this magic herb, and that's nettle. There isn't something stronger than this magic herb. I really love it. I highly recommend. I mean, now it's the season. It's always the season. It depends on the part of the world you're in, but you can buy it dry, or you can go in the fields and pick up yourself and then dry it yourself. But try few days, few weeks, if you can go out there and pick them yourself. Get the younger leaves. You can take even pick it up even with the stem and the roots, because each has their own benefit. Each has its own frequency and addresses its own part of a problem. But and wash them well, obviously using gloves. I sometimes don't use gloves because I like to feel that strong feel of the nettle. Some people use it as a rejuvenating tool. They're just putting on their face, and it's true, your face becomes really red. I tried it, and it's great. They used to use it for arthritis and for different kinds of pain. So it is a magical herb, which I highly recommend. Why I say that? It's charged in everything. It's charged in iron, it's charged in magnesium, in so many elements. And it's the best detoxifier. Your blood, if you have taken medication, and if you didn't, you probably drink a lot of alcohol, drink a lot of coffee, or anything. I know how it is. So on one way or another, we are, and even if you don't take anything else, just by the mere fact that you are always bitter, always despondent, and always depressed, you're poisoning yourself, just with your own energy, or with the energy that you are absorbing from the others, thinking that it's your own, because that's another thing, but that's for another video. I think I'm running out of tape, and I have to run as well, because my daughter is waiting outside. We're supposed to go out. I'll come back with more tips. Going back to the nettle, boil that. Drink at least 1 to 2 liters a day, in cold or warm, for a month. You will see the difference. It will detoxify your blood. It is gonna give you enough fiber. You'll be healthier. You will crave less the sugars and all other comfort food that you may be addicted to during this period. It's a great tool to help you lose weight, and to help you regain internal balance from the nutrients point of view, so that you could sleep better as well. So there are pluses in all of those points. Just by implementing them, you will see a tremendous difference. And if you want to go deeper into this process, you can do it. There are books out there. There are tools that you just have to not want to do it. It will take you more time, but you could do it by yourself. And if you feel that you can't do it by yourself, there is always help. I am one of the helps. There are many others out there. Point is, you are not here to be depressed. You're not here to be on the meds, and you're not here to feel crazy, ill-placed, or unworthy. You have a huge gift with you, and we are all suffering from you not giving it out. Until I was ready to admit, what my gift was, and to take my head out of my own ass and accept that being intelligent doesn't mean adapting and adhering only to the kind of intelligence that the mainstream is advocating, and that by embracing my spirituality, and spirituality again is not that new agey thing, then the universe, or I don't know what, angels, because I'm not into, although that's another topic, a big topic that I will probably make a video on. It's not about that. Spirituality, the true spirituality, it is the true science. There is science, there is method, there is a huge huge what? There is the whole creation, the whole existence is it's what it is, spirituality, and its functions and its interactions. So it's nothing airy-fairy. It is really thorough, and it is really complicated, and we have just scratched the surface. So when I'm talking about spirituality, I'm talking about that kind of spirituality. Until my next video, until I hear from you, if you need help, if you would like to hear different topics, whether it's on depression, whether it's on the fact that you are not quite sure whether you are a star child or a star person, or whatever your mission is here, and how you could embrace that part of yourself in this world where being from another world, it's still seen as being crazy. Get in touch, please. Like and subscribe, and share with us your story. Share with your friends, your family, this story. In the end, we need to get together. We need to get together and to put at service our own experiences, because that's why we are here. So until next time, thank you, and go and get that hot bath. Bye bye.